Brilliance Audio presents A Life Worth Living by Louise Guy, performed by Kat Gould. Leah took a deep breath, let the front door snap shut and checked her watch. 5 minutes. That was all it had taken Grant to end their 6-year relationship. No explanation. No, it's not you, it's me. Just, it's over. She brushed a stray tear aside, moved down the narrow hallway of the Art Deco apartment and into the kitchen. The candle-lit table she'd set earlier was wasted. She plonked down on one of the retro bar stools at the counter and poured herself a glass of Cab Sav, which she'd bought specially to mark their 6th anniversary, and stared across the open-plan layout to the couch where Lewis's purrs and soft snores confirmed he was oblivious to all that was going on. Oblivion, much more appealing than admitting it was over. While she'd been thinking of their future, their wedding, their children, he'd been looking for an exit. She gulped her wine. She really was an idiot. She had thought they were happy. They had well-paid jobs, a great circle of friends, loving families, good sex, a future mapped out. What wasn't working for him? Her phone beeped, and she drew it across the counter. "Sorry, I know this is a shock. Didn't want to live a lie any longer. We'll come over Tuesday night and collect my things. If you aren't home, I'll leave my key. G." Live a lie? What the hell did that mean? That he was never into the relationship? Was he seeing someone else? Was he gay? She switched the phone off and refilled her glass. Leah groaned as her mother's familiar ringtone roused her from a deep sleep. Light seeped in through the curtains. She'd forgotten to set her alarm. She reached across the still sleeping, fluffy white body of Lewis to the bedside table and picked up her phone. "Hi, Mum." She stroked her cat, almost managing a smile at the motor-like sound of his purr as she waited for her mother's predictable question. "Leah, darling, how are you? How was the anniversary dinner? Any news?" Tears welled. Her parents were expecting news of a ring, not the end of the relationship. Leah took a deep breath and did her best to sound normal. The last thing she needed right now was to listen to her mother's disappointment. No, nothing to report. Silence greeted her. Eventually, her mother spoke. "I hope you still had a nice night, love." Leah swallowed the lump in her throat. How could she explain her relationship was over when she didn't even know why? "Mum, I have to feed Lewis and get ready for work. I'll call you later, okay?" "Of course. Dad and I are still away for a couple more days, so if my mobile's out of range, I'll call you back. Have a good day, and show that boss of yours how valuable you are. Love you." Leah smiled and set the phone on the bedside table. It was unlikely her arrogant, chauvinistic boss would ever acknowledge her value, but it was nice to know she had her mother's support. She gathered Lewis in her arms and rocked him like a baby. The distinctive sound of trams clunking along St Kilda Road 8 floors below her apartment reminded her to hurry. But she always had enough time for her cat. This was their morning ritual, except on mornings Grant had slept over. Lewis was banned from the bedroom then. Grant had merely tolerated him. That should have been a red flag in itself, shouldn't it, Pud? She rubbed her face against the cat's as he nuzzled into her. How could anyone not love you? Leah glanced at the clock. It was nearly 7:30. She needed to get moving if she was going to make the 9 o'clock staff meeting. She threw back the bed covers and, with Lewis still cradled in her arms, hauled herself out of bed.